from the Redneck Garage. Well, today's YJ day. Everybody's been asking, where's the YJ? Do you still have it? Did you sell it? So, no, I still have it. Here it is. The other day, Jennifer and I got it out and we washed it up, and let's take a look at that. All right, y'all asked about the green machine, the YJ, and we're going to take it out driving today. It's a beautiful day. We're going to a shower for my son and his fiance. We're going to leave the top on, but take everything else off. So we're going to get her shined up. And I got a couple of rusty things Jennifer notified me of that I'm going to have to clean, paint, fix here soon. But for today, we're just going to drive it. It still looks good. Got to get the tags renewed next month. It basically sits during the winter because, man, that soft top is key old. Super cold. Not like Canada cold, but cold. Old blue versus old green, I don't know. They both have their advantages and disadvantages, I reckon. This one is turning out nice. I've got a soft top for it also, so I'm not really losing anything. And when I'm done with this one, it's going to be bad to the bone. We got the puppy with us. So it was nice to get the green machine out and cleaned up and driven around town, but we did have some issues. The battery terminals have a short in them because they're these bolt-on cheapy crappy ones, and there's nothing more embarrassing than going to Home Depot or Lowe's or something and buying some wood and coming out and click click, and that's it, and having to get out and wiggle the terminals and raise the hood up, and it looks like a piece of crap. So I bought some new terminals just like we put on the TJ, and I'll put a link down where to get them on Amazon. These things are the bomb. We'll take a look at the old ones and the new ones, and you can see what a great upgrade it is, whether it's a TJ, YJ, or really any vehicle that has top post batteries. Here's the old terminals. You can see that they're still tight. I had problems on both sides with the connection. I'd have to wiggle the cables to get it to start. It would just go click, or it just wouldn't be anything. And at first I thought it was a bad battery, but it ended up being these terminals suck. So we're going to be installing the new ones, which will be a huge upgrade. Wow, that's nasty. You can see the rust and the corrosion on these. So I'll spend a little bit of time getting these cleaned up, maybe cut back just a little bit more before we solder them in. Alright, so here's our kit from Fastronics. It's got the two terminals, it's got the ends, it's got heat shrink tubing, and the covers. And that's what we're going to be installing. Now, when I'm looking at these wires, I can still see quite a bit of corrosion on here. You can see that kind of a green in there. So we're going to be treating these for corrosion before we solder anything. And we can do that with household chemicals. Cheap, inexpensive, almost free. So let's take a look. Now, to clean any type of copper, you're going to need three chemicals. You're going to need baking soda, salt, and vinegar. And the vinegar doesn't really matter. It can be apple cider, it can be distilled white. It really doesn't make any difference there. We're going to make one solution up with vinegar and salt, and then the next one with baking soda and water. The vinegar and salt will destroy the corrosion, and then the baking soda basically neutralizes it. So what we'll do is pour the vinegar in and start putting in salt, stirring it up, and then we'll put our cables in there. So basically we'll make up two solutions. One is water and baking soda. So we'll take our vinegar and pour it into a cup, and then we'll add salt. Just kind of stir it up. You want to dissolve the salt as much as possible. It all won't dissolve. We'll put our baking soda in the other one, and we'll just add a little water to it. Now I'm going to dip the terminal in the vinegar and salt, and it's really pretty amazing how quick this works. You can see it's already starting to turn brighter and cleaner. So I'll leave this in here for a few minutes, make sure there's no more corrosion, and then we'll finish up. Okay, after the vinegar and salt, you can see how nice they look. Now we're going to go ahead and get the baking soda solution, neutralize it, get the rest of any acids off of it. I'll clean these terminals off really well. Some wet or dry 150 paper. These terminals look great. They're ready to solder. I'll let everything dry out a little bit, and then we'll solder them onto our lugs. I just take the lug and heat it up, and then I slowly start to fill it with solder once it gets hot. While we're waiting for those to cool down, we go ahead and put our terminals on. Now those compared to these have such a greater contact area than these cheap ones right here. Put our cover on. Alright, we go ahead and get our bolt put in. Just take your cap, slide it over so it doesn't hit anything. Now how much better does that look? We've got one more thing to do. Yeah! So that is a winner. I can't tell you how many times I've had to raise the hood and wiggle the battery terminals and how aggravating that was. And then the other day Jennifer was at Franklin High School picking up a kid and she had to call me and say the Jeep won't start. So I'm eliminating a lot of work for myself. That is one of the best upgrades you can do for your YJ, TJ, any vehicle really that has the top post. I love it. Shouldn't have any more issues out of that. Looks great. So now I'm back over on the TJ trying to finish this stinking thing. I'm David from the Redneck Garage. Keep turning wrenches.